Hey, what's up? So I'm back again. This is actually a video that was requested from someone. Um, and she wanted to know, she's a Capricorn woman and she is dealing with a Gemini male. And she wanted to know more advice on Gemini men and interacting with Gemini men as a Capricorn woman. Okay. Um, like what I can do is like I can start here. We're talking about a Gemini male. What a lot of people don't understand. Like if you can get this through your head, like just really get this through your head. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal at all. And in the process of this being nothing personal, you have to understand that it doesn't matter what sign you're in, there is um a healthy way of playing out of energy and a toxic way of playing out of energy. Okay. So I would never advise or tell anyone to stay in a toxic situation and try to make it work. If it's not working, then it's not for you. It's, it could be time to move on or move forward. But this is my thing. If you can get this one main thing in your head about Gemini men, okay, it's just Gemini energy, period. A lot of Gemini children are like this, okay? They don't want to be told what to do. They don't. They don't. Like, they're like, a lot of times their whole thing is, listen, dude, like, tell me what it is that you want me to know. Tell me what it is or how it is that you feel, okay? I'm going to hear that, but then at the same time, I have my own belief about what it is that you're saying, about what it is that I want to do versus what it is that you're saying. And just because you tell me how you feel doesn't mean that you're going to be able to control me with the way that you feel. I can understand where you are coming from. I understand that. Meaning, I hear you. I could try my best to deliver, but at the end of the day, like, listen, let me tell you something. That is what you have to really get through your head. The more you try to control a Gemini man, the more you're going to fail at doing it. Like if people just understood the energy itself, you would understand this is not something that's being purposely done at all. Okay? It's not. Like I said, you would be better off communicating or like telling him what it is that's the problem, like how you're feeling or whatever. He'll be able to talk to you about it. And like the approach is also important because like a lot of times, like if you come at a Gemini and then you just like, it's one thing being emotional, but if it's like there's no, like if a Gemini feels like, okay, well, I don't understand. You may even hear them say, like, I don't get it. Or give you that look, like, I don't understand. Like, once you get that, when you get to that place, they're not understanding something. Like, it's just the same as, like, not getting what you want. Okay? Because the biggest thing with a Gemini is it has to make sense. It like if you can do something to where you can say how you feel, like you can communicate your feelings in a way, and it doesn't have to be in a professional way. It just has to be in a way to where they can understand where you're coming from. That's one thing. But if you come from an emotional place that's just manipulative or out of control, I'm talking about to the point of where it's this like these ploys. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. That'll get you to do what I want. And even trying to make a Gemini feel guilty about a decision that they had to make or something that they chose to do, like without just like respecting the fact that this is just what they wanted to do and this is just where they're at in life. And this, even doing that is something that is very hard for Geminis to it's very hard for them to want to meet you halfway on what you're talking about. Like it doesn't work, only because it's not how we're tuned into things. Now, I'm gonna say this. Because this is something I'm guilty of myself. I'm guilty of this. Like, and I want to even further break this down. A lot of times, Gemini's, like, yes, they will have their little people that they communicate with, and they can talk a lot. But then again, you can find quite a bit of Gemini's, like, alone, like doing things alone or like with one other person. The younger, the more you will probably find them just like circling groups or being involved with groups or whatever, and still to a point they may not be as outgoing. They may not be the ones that's just like the center of attention, And like I said, I mentioned they do that when they're younger part is because a lot of Geminis go through experiences to where they lose people, to where they it don't go down so good, just so that they can find out the truth. They get to the truth of who they are. They find out who they are. They learn themselves this way. Because whether you're a Gemini that's operating in the energy, out of the energy in a positive way or not, the whole way the energy operates is there should be nothing that separates you from the truth of yourself, and the truth, that you have to come here and bring and tell and represent. There should be nothing that stands in the way of that. And at the very core of who you are is that truth. Then and people don't respect that, and people don't like you for that, like you will get stripped down to your core to understand this life lesson as a Gemini. So the older a Gemini gets, the more you will see them kind of like, I don't got too many friends, or I mean, I know people, but I don't really deal with them like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just about my work. I've heard people call Gemini superficial and all about money because it seems like they don't go deep enough to care and things of that nature. No, it's just you get to the point to where you realize that you're wasting your time and your energy on people that will never really give you the same respect in return until they do not have access to you anymore. You learn that. You learn you can't really trust anybody. So what else do you got to be about but about like your family and your money? And then you realize you can't even trust your family. So what else do you have to be about but your money? You see, like what you're trying to do, what you're trying to create. It just so happens that what you're trying to do and what you're trying to create brings the money, because the way that money operates is how you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself. Geminis ultimately are the magician. They become the magician. They can be the low down, dirty part of the magician, or they can be the empowered, independent, magical part of the magician. Because they learn They learn to detach themselves from everything, all things, material things, people sometimes. Yes. But my whole point is this, like, if you can learn that a lot of times it's not done on purpose, like Geminis can just like disappear, and they have to deal with a lot of thought processes. Like, that takes up a lot of Gemini time. I mean, to the point of where they don't really want to be bothered by other people sometimes. It's like, listen, I'm taking on too many people's energies, too many people's thoughts. I'm sitting here thinking for this person at this point, and no, I have to like deal with this for some reason. And it may not make sense. It can sound totally insane to everybody else. It's like, what is wrong with them? So you would be better off. I like, seriously, guys, like, I feel like you would be better off just like being in a relationship with a Gemini. Like, you'll be better off. Like, if you live with them, you'll be able to see like, okay, yeah, they're around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm around them. We may not be talking every time, every day, like going through every emotional aspect every day, but they're there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're there. Shoot, they will do you any errand that you need. They'll be ride or die. But at the same time, it's different. Like, if you don't live together, it's different, because you might, like, a day might go by and you don't hear from the Gemini. 2 days may go by and you don't hear from a Gemini. Like, 3 days might go by, 4. And then you call or you text or you contact them and then they answer, or then they're just like, oh, and you're like, well, where were you? Like, why haven't you called? Why am I the first person reaching out? Why are you acting like you? And they're like, because like, I just been busy. I don't know. Like, that is all about the fact that we feel like honestly, and you can say like, listen, that's really insane. It's cocky. It's arrogant. You can say all those things. Like, it does not change. Like, if people can just understand the basic makeup of somebody's energy, it would do each other a world of justice. It doesn't mean that we don't need to evolve and grow and change. It doesn't mean that. But I'm just saying, like, it will help, because we disappeared and we didn't contact you, and you had to contact us first because of a few things. One, we could have said that if you are really important to us, if we are interested, we're curious about you or whatever, we'll tell you. But number one, you haven't heard from us, and we could have been thinking about you, because just because you don't hear from us, it doesn't mean that or let's just say this, because you don't hear from a Gemini man, it doesn't mean that he's not thinking about you. And the reason why I said us is because you can put the women in this category too. You can put them, because it's masculine energy. And a lot of times the Gemini women has male, traits to where, they can sometimes come off like a dude sometimes in relationships to people. And when I say that, I mean like they'll be like, oh yeah, because I was busy. And a lot of times they are. That's the thing. They could be very busy. And then another part of that busyness is the thought process. Like, you might be, listen, I will spend hours. Listen, if I get in a feeling and my brain is stuck, like if I'm feeling like I cannot, I can't deal with this today, I will be for hours on end looking up information, looking at my favorite channels, thinking, listening to music, like zoning out. You know what I'm saying? Like zoning out in another world. My phone rings, I get a text, and I'm like, like, I don't feel like talking right now. I'm enjoying this too much. And sometimes I will think about somebody, but I won't call because I'll be like, okay, well, if I call right now, then I'm gonna get off the phone real quick, and like I don't feel like doing all that talking. Like I feel like doing this what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I won't call, and then they'll end up calling me, and I'm just like, dang, oh, I ain't mean nothing. Like I was busy. If you can just understand that Geminis just need space from time to time, like I told you, it's a different story. Like if you lived with one, because then you could just be like, oh, like come around the corner, and like, oh, okay, yeah, you're in your room. You're chilling in the den, like, and we shift between moods sometimes. I can be literally in the house with you, and 1 minute you're talking to me, you can say something to me to where I'm just like, okay, that was a complete turn off. Yuck. Like, yo. Ugh. And I like you. Like, I can't, like. And now I cannot even fake the fact that I want to talk to you. I can't. Okay, you will notice the fact that my mood shifted. It's not like my mood can shift, but I can still act like, oh yeah, I love you. No, my mood might shift real quick, and I might be like, like what? Like what are you just saying? Like don't you got something to do? It's insane. It's insane, but we always come back. Sometimes you just gotta let things be. And then to Capricorn women, like, yo, I didn't know that Capricorns was as sensitive as they are. And then they talk a lot. See, Geminis can talk a lot, but they talk a lot in spells. Like it'll be like when you see a Gemini and then you own some type of subject that they want to talk about, or like they hype about something and then they know about it and they talk about it and they going and they going and they going and they going, and they talking and talking and talking. But when they quiet, when you're not hearing from them and they quiet and they on their own world, you're like, what? But like with Capricorns, they talk a lot. Like Capricorns talk to fill silent space sometimes, and they talk about things. Like they talk about things that they have and things that they're gonna get and like a lot of Geminis is just like, okay, I get it. Like you bought new jeans and they have slits up the side. Next week you're gonna order a new phone case. Hey, I'm there for it. I can listen to it, but it's just like I did not know that they talked as much as they did, and I didn't know that they was like as sensitive as they were. It's like I know I've known this for some time now, but originally starting off, before like really getting into astrology and stuff like that, I didn't know that they were sensitive. I never kept track of that. But like Capricorns like to do tactics, like devilish tactics to me, or like petty tactics sometimes. Not all of them, because like I seen some, like I came across some really sweet, sensitive ones, but then it's like a lot of times where like if they're trying to gauge like a response from you or to see where they're at with you or whatever, they'll do little things and you're supposed to respond to it, pretty much, a lot of times like Geminis don't really pick up on that. I'm like they're just like, okay, you're not gonna get a response from me because I don't get where you're coming from. I don't get what you're talking about. Like what are you doing? And everything. Geminis is always thinking somebody's trying to control them, even when they're not. Like I swear, I have accused people of trying to control me, and they were just simply like, listen, dude, I wasn't trying to control you. Like, what are you talking about? And Geminis could definitely be like, they move away from commitment. You know, I noticed that with Geminis and Sagittarius a lot of times. It's like, even when you're committed, this is really for the men, you know, even when you're committed to them, it's just like, it's like they're always thinking like, okay, yeah, try to control me if you want, try to tie me down like that if you want, then I'm gonna put my other options in use. No, seriously. But it's like they're good. They don't necessarily want to be alone, but at the same time, they're like, dang, you know, like, do I really want to rush into this? Do I really want to rush into this? Like, what is the rush? And they lie. If a Gemini man is lying to you, it's because you put them in a place where they feel like they have to lie. You know? And those are one of the ones that has not. You know, it's like they could be more on the needing to mature side. And I know a lot of people say, yeah, you shouldn't deal with immature Geminis, but this is the thing. It's not the need to say, I don't want to be in a long-term relationship or commitment, or I want to be free, has nothing to do with necessarily being immature. It's not immature because, like, the fact that you don't want to say, I want to spend my life with this one person, this is the end all be all for the rest of my life. You know, that's not necessarily immature. It's not. Because I've seen some very immature couples that were just so committed to each other. You know, it's like, okay, you know, we're in it forever. It's immature. They don't even know how to split up. The reason why they don't split up is because to split up is to make each other's life a living nightmare. Oh, I'm going to take the kids away from you. You're never going to see him. Oh, I'm going to not show up and I'm going to teach you a lesson. You know, like, I'm not going to even show up to visit the kids and I'm going to teach you a lesson. I'm not going to let you have access to the brand new car and I'm going to teach you a lesson. You know, like, a lot of Geminis, like, I know a few Geminis that was single fathers and was not with the mother, but raised their child, paid for and raised their child or children. You know, so it's really about perspective when you're dealing with Geminis, especially Gemini men, and you know, with Capricorn women, it's just like, oh, like, the biggest thing that I can say is just, like, find something that you really do that's interesting, that can keep your hobby, like, your time and attention. And then it's like, don't make him feel like he's free or think he's free. Like, trust me, it works. It works because it gives him time to think, like, dang, like, where is such and such? I would not even say to, like, if you haven't heard from him, to not contact him, because, like, as a Gemini myself, if it's somebody that I really want to deal with, I really want to talk to, like, I love seeing their name pop up on my screen and stuff like that. And it's just that when they say, well, you act like you don't care, and I'm just like, it's not that I don't care, it's just like, it's like I be in my own world, you know, and it's hard to come out of that. It's really weird to explain. Like, I don't think others would know how to explain it. Maybe an Aquarius. I think an Aquarius could, and some Virgos. You know. I don't even like to just sit up and just talk for nothing. I would just rather be quiet. And I know they say that Gemini is an extroverted sign, but I'm an introverted person. I'm introverted. Like, I don't like visiting with people and just having conversations. Like when we're sitting, like, if I'm sitting somewhere with somebody, if we were just quiet, I would be fine. No, but seriously. Like, I think that what would benefit this Capricorn woman in the situation is to even think about, like, does this man want a relationship? Ask him. If he does, talk to him about what that looks like. Does it look like it's exclusive between me and you? Are you sure you're ready to really settle down? What does that, like, really try to get to the bottom of what that looks like, and then understand that no, you're not going to, he's going to do a lot of what he wants, but I know a lot of Gemini men, though, that's able to come from a place where they say, like, hey, listen, their whole thing is, don't try to think for me. That's pretty much what it is. It's like, don't try to think for me. It's not even about saying, hey, I'm about to be going out here doing every little thing I can. And let's be honest, ladies. Like, let's be honest. Quit playing. A large amount of men out of every sign cheats. Okay? The Gemini man is probably, in Sagittarius, is probably going to be the most honest with it. And you can say, oh, no, he wasn't, because I found out he was doing this and that. Girl, just about every man I've dealt with, I found out he was doing this and that. Like, let's, like, for real. That doesn't mean I agree with it, but I'm just saying. And it like, it depends on the type of man you got. Like, how far he goes with it, how respectful he is. If it's so easy for you to find out and it keeps happening, then he might not have that high level of respect for you. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women don't really allow the room for them to even tell the truth about that. So listen, and I know, this is the conversation that a lot of women don't want to have. But look at the results. So my thing is, I don't really want a man that is like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm unsure. Because the ones that's unsure, you already signing up for the ones that's sure, you kind of signing up for some issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, there might be some problems in paradise. So imagine the ones that's unsure, you know? But I really feel like women, it's just really more about, like, especially like with dealing with Gemini men, it's more about saying, listen, what does a relationship look like? You with you, like, what do you want out of a relationship? Like, what do you see coming out of one? Where are you at? What are you ready for? What are you not ready for? Like, have that conversation with him, and then do it in a way to where it's not like pressure. It's like, man, we chilling, we having fun, we just talking, like, we just kicking it like this. And it's like, you know what? Hey, so, like, do you feel like you see yourself settling down sometime soon, you know, just to see what he says? And then it's like, I mean, this is where I'm blah, blah, blah. Because if you do it from a place where you just talking, you just kicking, you just having fun, you know, you chilling with your homie, okay, he's not gonna, his alert, the paranoid meter ain't gonna go off, because Gemini's are freaking paranoid. I don't care what nobody says, okay? Paranoid meter won't go off. If the paranoid meter goes off, now he's like, she just trying to get me to say I'm gonna be with her. But if you just talking and you just kicking it and it's just chilling, he gonna tell. He gonna let the information go, and then you gonna pick up everything that you need to know in that conversation. And when you're having these type of conversations, and then for you to turn around later and be like, oh yeah, he did talk about all these girlfriends that he had, but he lied. Listen, a lot of men lie. Not all, because not the ones that watch me. Because they honest. No, I don't want to stereotype all men, but I'm just saying a lot of them. Because, and just to go out on a limb here, to be fair in the conversation, because they feel like they have to lie to the women that they're trying to keep, or the women that they're trying to keep things together with. Because if they said, you know what, baby, you know what, the truth is, like, I do look at other women and I am attracted to them, and, like, I think thoughts, I don't act on them, but I think these thoughts about them. They know that you're not going to take that very well. They might even be in a doghouse with you, so they're going to lie and say, huh, what, women? I didn't know that there's women that exist beside you. So yeah, so have the conversation, chill. It's like, you know, be more like his friend. Be more like his friend, like somebody that you build with over time, like you build a relationship with. Like they don't just leave you just because for nothing. You know, just like be his friend, because friendships mean more than romance to Geminis. Like Geminis can definitely be romantic, like overly romantic. They can. But it's like friendship, it's like a closeness there. Like you can just kind of be your authentic self, like your true self. You don't have to play no role. Like I know a lot of Geminis don't like playing the role. Like, okay, yeah, I'm the woman. You know? Okay, guys. Okay, so I tried to deliver this video in a different way to maybe answer this question, and like I could continue on, and I have people asking me questions and doing video requests, and just go ahead, hit me up on IG, hit me up here, it doesn't matter, in my email, and then let me know what you want to hear, and I will really try my hardest to get it done. Okay, till next time, I'm your girl Butterfly Tonight, and I'll see you later. Peace.